I've said it before, and I will definitely say it again. You don't always need more money. What you really need is more resourcefulness. And the good news is that resourcefulness is a skill that can be practiced. Today, I'm going to share how you can be more resourceful in times when you feel like you may not have enough, and how that shift can completely change the way you see different opportunities. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Victoria, and here we focus on personal growth, confidence, and creating a life that feels abundant, no matter where you're starting from. I know what it feels like to be stuck, to feel like you don't have the money or the connections or the access that other people seem to have. But what I've learned over and over again is that what you already have is usually enough to start. And when you learn to be resourceful, you start to see possibilities when you used to see obstacles. So let's start here. Resourcefulness is not about scraping by. It's not about patching things together and settling for less. True resourcefulness is about turning limitations into possibilities. It's asking yourself, what do I really have? And how can I use it differently? That simple question changes everything, because suddenly you stop seeing yourself as lacking and you start seeing yourself as capable. And that mindset is the foundation of every breakthrough you will ever have. When money feels tight, the easiest thing to do is to focus on what you don't have. But the fastest way to break out of that mindset is to take inventory. Sit down and literally write out, what skills do I already have? Who's in your circle? Friends, family, mentors, coworkers, etc. What tools, products, or subscriptions do you already own? What opportunities are around you? Maybe free events, maybe community resources, even online platforms. You are sitting on way more resources than you realize. Most of us actually underestimate what's in our hands because we're too busy focusing on what's missing. But when you take inventory, you start to see abundance instead of lack. Now, let's talk about asking. For a lot of us, asking can feel very uncomfortable. We don't want to bother people, or we don't want to look like we're begging. But the truth is, asking is not the same as begging. Asking is clarity. When you are clear about what you need, people respect that. And when you position yourself well, people are actually excited to say yes. So instead of saying to somebody, I need this because I can't afford it, try saying, here's how helping me creates a win for the both of us. And that shift right there from neediness to clarity and value is one of the most resourceful skills that you can ever learn. And I can promise you this, something is going to go wrong. You will hit obstacles, but resourceful people don't see obstacles as the end. When my really expensive Canon camera used to break down in the middle of me filming all the time, I didn't simply throw in the towel, okay? I pivoted. I started using my phone. I created my own DIY lighting using what I have. I literally made my own reflector out of some old wig boxes and some aluminum foil, okay? And guess what? My content got better and I got even more brand deal offers, which meant even more income. All because I learned to work with what I already had. That is what resourcefulness looks like in real life. It's not perfect, it's not fancy, but it gets the job done. And the truth is, the answer is almost never no. It's usually just not that way. And so here is where resourcefulness becomes a lifestyle. If you only use resourcefulness in emergencies, you'll always feel like you're simply surviving. But if you build systems, resourcefulness becomes second nature, if you will. And there are different type of systems that you can build to implement resourcefulness into your everyday life. A financial system might look something like putting aside $20 a month into a savings account that you use for future opportunities, an opportunity fund. That way, whenever an opportunity arises, you already have funds set aside to make you feel comfortable with saying yes. You don't have to think about it or second guess any future opportunities and potentially miss out on some of the biggest growth changes in your life. You could also implement time systems that help you save time. And that could look like, if you're a creator, batching your work or using a simple calendar so that you're not wasting energy every day deciding what to do or how to spend your days. You could also implement creative systems, and that could look like keeping an idea bank in your notes app on your phone, which is definitely something I do. And just like with the previous example, that helps you save on time and also mental space, because you don't have to sit and think about what to actually do when it comes time to create something. You already have a full list of ideas and you simply have to choose one. You could also repurpose a single piece of content. For example, a YouTube video like I'm doing here, you could repurpose that into multiple pieces of content to use on multiple different platforms. That's going to save you creativity, that's going to save you time, it's going to save you energy, and it's going to save you money. And it's actually going to help make you more money because you're putting yourself out there in multiple different ways on multiple different platforms without having to create multiple different pieces of content for all of those different platforms. I hope that makes sense. If you want me to go more into depth on that idea or that process, let me know. I can make a video about it. But let's get back to what I was talking about. Once resourcefulness becomes a lifestyle for you, what you'll want is to expand it beyond yourself. The most powerful way to grow your resourcefulness is to share it. Teach it to your kids. Model it for your friends and collaborate with your community. Because when you make resourcefulness a culture, right, it's no longer about just you and you getting what you need, but you make it about helping other people get what they need. That is when your opportunities start to multiply, because it's no longer just benefiting you, it's benefiting everyone connected to you. Okay, so here's the truth. You don't need thousands of dollars to start. You don't need everything to be perfect. What you do need is the courage to look at what you already have and ask yourself, how could I use it differently? That shift is really powerful. And if this video spoke to you, I created a program where we go deeper into all of this. Not just the mindset, but the systems, the strategies, and the tools that will help you live resourceful every single day. Inside of this program, you'll find exercises, worksheets, and challenges designed to help you actually practice these skills. That way, resourcefulness isn't just something that you maybe learned about or heard about, but it becomes an actual practical skill that you live with. And the best part about this program is that you do not have to do it alone. I've created a private Facebook group called the Courtyard, where women who are taking this same journey can share, connect, and support each other. So if you are ready to stop waiting until you have enough and actually start creating with what you already have, go ahead and check the description box below so you can join the Courtyard and our program Abundance by Design. And of course, make sure you are following me here on YouTube and on TikTok for more content like this. Remember, you already have what you need. You can create the rest. That is the art of resourcefulness. Thank you so much for watching, and can't wait to see you in the next video.